Welcome to another video with Real Estate with Marcel. If you're new here, my name is Marcel, and I'm not only a real estate professional, but I'm also a space optimization designer, and I enjoy the world of real estate. So today, we're diving into a super important topic that all first-time buyers need to know about: the list price and the price per square meter. So here's the story. I was chatting with a friend who was on the lookout for a new apartment in Prime Accra. He thought he had found like the perfect deal, a real steal, especially considering its amazing location. I mean, who wouldn't want a property in the heart of Laboni for less than 70 grand? Seemed like a total no-brainer, right? Well, no. That's where understanding the difference between the price per square meter and the list price actually becomes crucial. Understanding what these numbers actually mean can impact your investment decision on getting good value. So let's dive into this thing called the list price. Basically, it's the total cost of the property we're discussing. You know, when you're browsing through properties for sale and you come across the number that catches your eye, that's the list price. Also, it's the figure that you spot in the brochure of any exciting developments. Essentially, it gives you a good ballpark of how much you'll be coughing out for the entire property. Now, the price per square meter. Now, this is where things start to get a little interesting. See, this magical number takes into account the size of the property and a few other things that we'll discuss later on in the video. Let's not worry about that right now. Instead of relying solely on the list price, which can sometimes be misleading, the price per square meter gives you a more precise way to evaluate the property's worth. Okay, picture this. You're torn between two apartments that have similar list prices. Let's call them apartment A and apartment B. Now, apartment A is a cozy little space measuring in around 50 square meters, while apartment B is much more spacious, clocking in around 80 square meters. Here's the kicker. All the variables are the same for both apartments. If you just compare the list prices, it may seem like they offer the same bang for your buck. However, when you take into account the price per square meter, you notice a significant difference in the true value. By considering the price per square meter, you get a clearer picture on how much you're coughing out for each unit of space. Now that's the key word. And in this scenario, apartment A actually has the higher price per square meter compared to apartment B, simply because it's smaller. Now that's an important piece of information to consider when understanding the actual value of a property. Alright, let's break down this price per square meter thing. It's way easier than it sounds, I promise. So imagine you have apartment A and apartment B. Apartment A is 50 square meters priced at $100,000 and apartment B is 80 square meters priced at $100,000. Now, to calculate the price per square meter, all you have to do is take the list price and divide it by the total square meters, or square footage if that's your jam. So for apartment A, it's $100,000 divided by 50 square meters, which gives you $2,000 per square meter. As for apartment B, it's $100,000 divided by 80 square meters, which lands you at $1,250 per square meter. Now you've got the precise measure for the cost of unit space for each apartment. And why is this useful? Well, it lets you evaluate the property regardless of the size or the list price. You can compare them now on a level playing field, making an informed decision based on the actual cost of the unit space. So after doing the math, apartment B comes out to be the better bet because you spend less per unit space. Now, here's a pro tip that will give you an edge on the property market. Keep a close eye on the price per square meter trends in the neighborhood of interest. You see, a higher price per square meter could signal a hot location that everyone's dying to be in. Think about it, it might be close to all the cool amenities, top-notch schools, easy transportation, good roads, and all the trendy hotspots that everyone's talking about. So you can bet it's a pretty desirable spot and people are willing to pay a bit more to be in it. Alright, here's another cool thing about the high price per square meter. It might actually tell you a lot about the quality of construction. So, picture this. If the property in the neighborhoods is consistently flaunting a premium price per square meter, it could mean that there's something good happening. You see, the fancy price tag could mean the building is not a joke. They're probably well designed, built with top-notch materials, or decked out with all those high-end features and amenities you've been dreaming about. But everything is not as it seems. There are some developers out there who are itching to make a quick buck, so it is essential to develop your own radar for spotting what is truly valuable and what's just a slick sales and marketing pitch. I've seen it happen too many times, trust me. Alright, let's talk about the flip side. So imagine you stumble upon a neighborhood where the price per square meter is way lower. Well, this is where you should tread with caution. A lower price per square meter might set off some alarm bells. And it's worth digging to actually find out what's really going on. It could be a sign of a not so desirable location, lack of cool amenities or infrastructure, and even some sketchy issues with the construction quality. So just don't jump into things blindly. Do your research, gather some market insights, and arm yourself with info before you make any decisions. Now, here's the thing. The list price might be negotiable, but the price per square meter is like your trusty compass in navigating the property world. Don't let yourself get caught up in this whole list price frenzy. Instead, take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and think about the location, the amenities, the construction quality, and the potential for future growth. I'll just leave you with this to think about. A higher list price might look intimidating, but a lower price per square meter could turn into a hidden gem of an investment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.